Yes. Are you going to finish that croissant?
The PlayStation 2 console will always remain as my favourite console system until the day I pass on. Sure, the Xbox 360 and 64 and even the PS1 are really great, but there's just something special about the PS2, you know? Almost like when you're creating a character for your first D&D session, only to have to die in the first hour due to dumb decisions and rolling critical fails all the time. Curse my thick, stupid hands! Moving on, to pass the time back in the day, I looked through all my save files in my memory card and checked out all the icons. While a lot of them were tedious, I really liked some of them, and you know what? We're making a top 10 video about them, why the fuck not? But bear in mind, this is an extremely personal list of mine, and if I miss some of your favourite PS2 save icons, then you'll have to understand that maybe I didn't play that specific game, that's why. And also, to keep this fun before starting at number 10, here is a quick montage of honorable mentions that didn't make the cut. Destroy all humans. It has a big alien boy head. Smackdown, here comes the pain. It's a trophy? Batman Vengeance. Now you have an angry boy head who wears spandex. Shrek 2. Look at this photograph. Every time I do it makes me think about onions having layers. Crash Nitro Kart. Crash can't live for shit. And finally, Jungle Party. Because monkey! And on that note, let's start the countdown. Number 10. Does anyone remember how popular Jackass was? It was MTV's #1 show about people doing weird and crazy stunts for the sake of entertainment. And Aaron was there too. They managed to have their own licensed video game, and here is their icon. It's literally just the Jackass logo, but one that is commonly known around the world. When people see that logo, they immediately know it's a Jackass logo. And plus, I do like the skull and crutches around it, making it a pretty extreme and hardcore PS2 icon. Number 9. While I've never watched Jimmy Neutron before, I just so happen to have obtained the video game Jimmy Neutron Attack of the Twonkies. It was a different experience, not gonna lie, but an experience I enjoyed playing and replaying throughout the years. The PS2 icon is a single Twonky moving its head from left to right, almost trying to find out who did a fight. Was it you? No, it was you. Or maybe it was you. Is it you or not? But overall, I always love the extra details of having an icon moving around, and I'm glad this Twonky has invaded this list. Number 8. SmackDown Shut Your Mouth had almost everything you want out of a wrestling game, from the fun matches to partake in, the strong lineup of a roster, an in-depth season mode, and even free roaming and exploring around. What more could you want? And the icon for Shut Your Mouth really explains this type of fun this game presents. It's literally a ladder opening and closing by itself. And maybe to you it's just a simple ladder, but to me, seeing that icon always reminds me of how much enjoyment I have over Shut Your Mouth. And now I feel like reviewing that game at some point. Number 7. Oh my days. Now we are getting into some old school childhood classics. The Simpsons Hit and Run has been agreed amongst fans that this is the best game in the Simpsons series. And we also agree that a remake should be in the works, and it's a crime that a remake of Hit and Run hasn't been released yet. Oh well, at least I can look at the icon for the game, and this one is a really cool reference from one of their old episodes. A three-eyed fish. Of course it had to be that. Never change, Simpsons Hit and Run. Never change. Now give me my remake, you sick sons of bitches! Number 6. While the PS2 era of Crash Bandicoot has had its ups and downs, but if there's one good saving grace from that period of time, it was Crash Twinsanity, a completely random video game with different gameplay features and hilarious one-liners. The icon for the game is none other than Uka Uka himself. I'm not sure why there's a rainbow effect color in the background. Is Uka Uka trying to tell me something? But honestly, I like the look of the icon as the details of the mask is up to par. And while he just spins around with his derpy face, it was an icon I enjoyed looking back in the day. And fast forward to the present, I still do.
Number 5.
You know, I should really talk about the Tekken series. I always enjoyed playing them, and Tekken 5 is probably my favorite game in the series. But the one character I was never a fan of growing up being Heihachi Mishima. He's just an absolute dick to his family and only cares about his wealth and his company. And of course, there had to be an icon featuring his dumb head. And while it's not the most detailed trophy in existence, but you gotta admit, it does look cool. But seeing his head reminds me of him, and I should go back into that game and break his face.
Number 4.
I wish I played Battle for Bikini Bottom as a kid, because the SpongeBob fan in me would have loved this game. But instead, I had to resort to Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. One game at a time, Justin. One game at a time. I love this icon of SpongeBob as he has his battle helmet on and marching along as if he's about to go to war to stop the robot invasion. All that with a smile on his face is just exactly the SpongeBob character I know and appreciate. And while there is more SpongeBob character icons on my memory card, but this one takes the cake. Or in this case, the Krabby Patty.
Number 3.
The next 3 were really tough for me to decide upon, but I think I have made my final decision. So, if you're good with that, up next is Ratchet & Clank 2. You may think with its icon it could be a figure of Giant Clank, or even Quark's head for whatever strange reason, but the icon here is literally a weapon from the game called the Decoy. No joke, I thought that was the coolest thing back in the day. A weapon from the Ratchet & Clank series located right inside my memory card was pretty awesome from my end at least. And it just goes to show that sometimes all you need is simple yet creative designs that can make the biggest of impacts.
Number 2.
Much like Battle for Bikini Bottom, I wish I could have played Jak and Daxter the Precursor Legacy back in the day, because I would have absolutely loved this game as it ticked everything in the box with 3D platforming. I never saw the icon until just recently when going through the icons to make a list, and I burst out laughing when seeing it. Daxter has his arms folded and repeatedly pats his foot down. I reckon he's just annoyed being a part of the memory card icons amongst with all the others. And what I love about this the most, that it totally fits Daxter's personality.
Number 1.
Number 1 is honestly going to be simple and clean because here we have is Kingdom Hearts. Or as one of my old mates used to say, King of Hearts. Yeah, he wasn't much of a gamer. I've been replaying this game a fair bit lately, and I'm keen to continue playing more of it down the line. The icon, while it's just a floating object with Sora visible on one side while Donald and Goofy are visible on the other side, which looks dope, don't get me wrong, but the main reason why this is at number 1 is because every time I stumble upon this save file, I immediately get that dearly beloved song stuck in my head, and just by staring at it, it brings me nothing but joy and pure happiness. And that's what these memory card icons are all about. Looking at your past games you've played over the years and reliving down memory lane on all the good things about them. And only Kingdom Hearts icon can do such a thing. And that was my top 10 PlayStation 2 memory card save icons. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have your own personal favorite, then be sure to comment down below. And until then, thank you for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. My name is Justin Hurst, telling you to keep calm and keep playing video games.